One of the biggest stories of December is everything going on with DC comic books and Warner. Because there's a lot of change in the air. A lot of people have been fired, notably Henry Cavill, who was just brought back and immediately, like after 2 weeks, was let go again. And that's what's gotten people, I think, the most upset about all of these changes. It was handled poorly. A lot of that I place on The Rock and the way he handled it. I think he used Henry Cavill. When he announced that he was not getting a Black Adam 2 movie, he didn't even thank Henry Cavill in it. You think he would have at least apologized to the man. Yo, I tried my best. Sorry, brother. Something like that. That would have been nice, but it was all about him and possibly even a nod to Marvel so that, hey, guys, maybe I can come over there now. Maybe he's trying to take that Sentry role, which I would much rather see Henry Cavill play if that rumor is true, because Henry Cavill actually has range, unlike Dwayne Johnson. And I don't even hate Dwayne Johnson. I don't mind seeing Dwayne Johnson play Dwayne Johnson in movies. Sometimes it works, but anyway, I do hope that rumor that Henry Cavill is going to play the Sentry is true. He could have made a good Adam Warlock, too. I don't know why. Maybe he did an audition for it. I don't know. But there's a lot of rumors going on that everybody is replaced. And I don't think that that's true. I don't think Zachary Levi is recast. I think he's going to stay as Shazam. Gal Gadot, I think, is going to get to keep being Wonder Woman for a while. That was a big rumor. Gal Gadot booted from Wonder Woman. James Gunn comes out and says, not sure we're getting that. And that's the thing. James Gunn is not shy about coming out and debunking stuff, which he will do from time to time. And when he doesn't talk about something, I think it says a lot. Like how he doesn't talk about Ezra Miller, and he doesn't talk about Amber Heard. Now, interesting story about Amber Heard. I did a video on this yesterday. You should go check it out. Apparently, according to a California judge, you can now sue movie studios for deceptive trailers. Now, I had long made the prediction that they were just going to hide Amber Heard. They weren't going to put her in the Aquaman trailer. They weren't going to put her on the movie poster. You wouldn't know if she was in Aquaman 2 until you sat your ass down in the theater. But now they might have to put her in there, because if that ends up being a thing, that means you could sue the studio for deceptive practices. It's an interesting little tidbit. So we might actually see her in the trailer. Interesting, we haven't seen anything on that movie yet because it's done shooting. And the reason that I bring that up is because Ezra Miller is getting a multi-million-dollar Super Bowl commercial. We're going to see a trailer for Flashpoint, apparently, during the Super Bowl. And it kind of makes sense. It's going to be a big movie. They have a lot of money tied up into it, and the interesting thing about this movie is it's going to make a ton of money. It's going to make a shitload of money. I think it is. Because they have it ranked up there as far as audience scores. It's up there with No Way Home. Now, this doesn't have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to come in and help prop it up. Interesting thing is they didn't do that with that movie didn't have any advertising with them in it. They did a good job somewhat hiding that. This one for sure will have Michael Keaton all over it, and that's what's going to help this movie make a lot of money. Michael Keaton is going to be all over that trailer. Maybe not the first trailer. I think the first trailer, they're going to show him at the end of the trailer, and it's going to generate a lot of buzz. But the thing about this is Ezra Miller is quite controversial. Very controversial, actual, with all the things that this man has done over the past year. All the stuff that's come out about this guy is alarming. All he had to do was come in and say, yo, having a little bit of a mental breakdown. I'm getting help for it now. I'm better. Boom. Everything forgiven. I think Ezra Miller is going to be kept. Now, everyone keeps saying they're going to recast him. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know where this rumor that he's going to get recast after Flashpoint comes from. I don't think he's going to get recast. I think Flashpoint's going to make a shitload of money, and they're going to keep him because he's young. So you can keep him for multiple Flash movies and then replace him with one of the other Flashes. Because Barry Allen's died before, he'll die in the movies. It's just crazy to me that this person is getting a multi-million-dollar Super Bowl commercial after all this grooming stuff that came out about Ezra Miller, the multiple drunken incidents that have come out about Miller, the stories about his little cult community compound that he has. The police call it a cult in the reports. He had babies around firearms and drugs in his compound. Reports of one that had a bullet in its mouth like a chew toy. Normally, this would destroy anybody, but Ezra Miller gets the rise above because of privilege. So let's take a look at this. Henry Cavill is fired. Dwayne Johnson is fired. Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck are likely done. Ben Affleck's going to be a director. But Gal Gadot, I don't quite know if she's done. I don't think she's done. I think she gets to come back. That's my prediction. I think she gets to come back. And I'm fine with that. I think she's a beautiful Wonder Woman. She looks like Wonder Woman. She can play the character fine. I don't have a problem with her coming. I'm not a huge Snyder Cut fan, but I liked the casting on everybody but the Flash. Even old Cyborg Ray Fisher looked good as Cyborg. Barry Allen, that's not Ezra. Ezra is an awful Flash. Oh yeah, Batgirl's canceled. So is Scooby-Doo, and lots of animated projects involving representation. Meanwhile, for his good behavior, Ezra Miller is getting a multi-million-dollar Super Bowl commercial courtesy of Warner Brothers, and it's apparently going to play before Ant-Man and the Wasp's Quantumania Super Bowl trailer. How much does a Super Bowl trailer cost? Last year's commercials cost $6.5 million for a 30-second spot. So this year's commercials are likely even more. As reported by The Wrap, the Flash Super Bowl trailer marks the first time Warner Brothers has released a trailer during the big game in 17 years. Since 2006, with spots for 16 Blocks, V for Vendetta, and Poseidon. V for Vendetta is a great movie. I like that movie quite a bit. Reportedly, the Flash movie has been testing positively with screen test audiences with comparisons to Sony's Marvel Spider-Man No Way Home, which has made almost $2 billion at the box office and has been said they have so much faith in the movie that a sequel has already been written. And that's the key right there. A sequel has already been written. They're not recasting him. They're not going to recast him. I think he gets to stay. Now, in the comics, Flashpoint was used to reboot the comic book universe, and it famously went to the New 52 after that, where they rebooted everything and everyone had a clean slate except Batman. They kept all of his history intact. It was messy, but that's actually DC Comics continuity is messy as hell. Always has been, because it's been around the longest. Like the 1940s. I mean, Superman was around before World War II. So there's a long history there, and it gets messed up because people don't keep track of things, and it's always been a mess with DC Comics. Marvel's actually done a much better job keeping it in line, though they've been slipping up a little bit lately. But the sequel already being written, I don't know if that's true or not, but I wouldn't doubt that it is true. But my point was, the Flashpoint universe reset everything. The only one that had memories of the previous universe was the Flash. So when he rebooted everything and fixed it, he still had all of his memories. So him being the only one that would survive the Snyder Cut culling would make sense. I don't like it. I would, if I were James Gunn and I were running this shit, I would recast every single person and make it completely new. I wouldn't try to hang on to anybody. I would replace everybody. If he did that, I'd have less of a problem with the Cavill thing, because it's like, okay, this is a completely new direction then. Completely new direction. I would have less of a problem with that, because it's like, well, everyone's gone. But keeping a few of them, it still holds on to that old era, and I think that that's stupid. You could end it all after Flashpoint. Have a big white light go over the screen. That's it. That's like the sunset for all the Snyder stuff. Next movie, Superman, completely new cast. Ezra Miller's replaced. Gal Gadot's replaced. The Suicide Squad people are replaced. Jason Momoa becomes Lobo, which I think is beautiful casting, actually. Should have done that from the start. And, then that's it. It's a whole new era. But now you're keeping Ezra Miller and some other people, and it looks bad, particularly with Ezra Miller. Henry Cavill, who is pretty clean cut, no scandals, nothing bad about him out there. In fact, fans love him. Most fans see him as one of them, because the dude's a huge gamer and he's into like Warhammer and stuff. He's a big geek. So it baffles me. There's so much controversy with Ezra Miller, and if you think this guy is done with controversy, you're effing crazy. He is a ticking time bomb. A ticking time bomb. Anyway, new huge $1 million Superman or Super Bowl trailer coming for Ezra. Completely rewarded for all of his shitty behavior. That, my friends, is true privilege. Liberal privilege. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.